2022 has been an exceptional year for racing games so far. Gran Turismo 7 is a glorious return to form, despite a few issues at launch. F1 22 introduced drivable supercars and redesigned F1 cars with radically different handling, and then we have the criminally underrated Grid Legends revolutionising storytelling in racing games. We've also had some superb indie races this year. Slipstream is a sublime homage to old school arcade races, while the absurdly fast Redout 2 is probably the closest we'll get to a new Wipeout game. So with 2022 already being a good year, what's coming up for the rest of this year? I'm Mark from RacingGames, and here's our list of every racing game due to be released in the second half of 2022. We'll be going month by month through the rest of the year, so let's start with the current month of July. July is actually a pretty quiet month, with the only noticeable release being Forza Horizon 5's Hot Wheels expansion released this week. With 10 new cars to drive, new events to race in, and a new map to explore, the Hot Wheels expansion adds a lot of new content to a game that badly needed it. What if Rocket League was a golf game? That's the basic idea behind Turbo Golf Racing, a new arcade sports racer in development by Huge Calf Studios. Combining turbocharged cars with crazy golf, up to 8 players drive, jump and flip cars and slam into a giant ball, with the aim to be the first to knock the ball into the last hole. Power-ups known as power cores also encourage tactical play, giving players special abilities such as boosting, hitting the ball further and flying faster. It looks like a lot of fun, and if the balancing is done right, this could be the best sports driving game since Rocket League. Keep an eye out for Turbo Golf Racing as it tees off on the 4th of August. Also coming in August is F1 Manager. A new era of F1 management games is about to begin, with F1 Manager 2022 being one of the most exciting games in years for F1 fans. Whereas Codemasters' F1 games put you in the driving seat, F1 Manager 2022 puts you in the shoes of a team principal. From managing budgets and hiring drivers, to planning pit strategies and developing new car parts, every decision you make affects your team's performance and morale. With a comprehensive suite of management options, thrilling real-time races, and authentic broadcast-style presentation immersing you in the world of Formula 1, F1 Manager 2022 could set a new benchmark for motorsport management games. You'll be able to get your hands on F1 Manager 2022 on the 31st of August. However, if you pre-order the game, you get 5 days early access, meaning you're handed the keys to the Team HQ on the 25th of August. A sequel to the popular mobile racer CarX Drift Racing 2, the CarX Racing series is making a comeback with CarX Street. This time the series is going open world. A huge map has you racing and drifting on busy streets, twisty mountain roads and coastal highways. Tuning options will also be expanded, with parts that degrade over time, something you don't see in racing games often. With a focus on street racing and car customization, CarX Street looks like a modern spiritual successor to Midnight Club and Need for Speed Underground. After being delayed for almost a year, CarX Street is sliding onto Steam and iOS on the 8th of September. For Superbike fans, the SBK game series returns on the 15th of September after a 10-year absence. SBK 22 is developed by Milestone, the Italian studio behind the MotoGP, MXGP and Monster Energy Supercross games. The first officially licensed SBK game since SBK Generations in 2012, SBK 22 will feature all the riders, teams and tracks of the 2022 Superbike World Championship. Career mode will see you manage staff from your personal manager to your chief engineer and upgrade your bike, while the AI learning system replicates the performance and riding styles of the real riders. While it looks eerily similar to MotoGP 22, the bikes in SBK 22 will feel noticeably different, as they are based on production models modified for racing, in contrast to MotoGP's purpose-built racing machines. Before we move on, have you subscribed to RacingGames yet? Just one click and you're on the RacingGames grid. Oh, and hit that notification bell too so you never miss an upload. Alright, on with the video. Kyloton's WRC game series has improved leaps and bounds since WRC 5, the French studio's first effort in 2015. This year marks the end of an era, however, with WRC Generations being Kyloton's final WRC game before Codemasters takes the reins of the official rally series next year. Representing a new era of rallying, the 2022 season Rally 1 cars are debuting in WRC Generations. Thanks to their hybrid powertrains combining a 1.6 litre turbo engine and a 100 kilowatt motor producing over 500 horsepower, these new rally cars are significantly more powerful and will be a handful to drive. There's a new element of strategy too, as you'll need to optimise the electrical power and battery to set the fastest stage times. We can't wait to take them for a spin. With 22 locations, 165 special stages, 37 historic rally cars, and an expanded career mode, WRC Generations promises to be the most complete rally game yet, ending the series on a high. WRC Generations will be lowering the curtain on Kyloton's WRC era when it releases on the 13th of October. It's always sad to see a series end, but let's move on to something a bit more light-hearted. Nickelodeon Kart Racers 3 Slime Speedway takes us back to a time when mascot kart races were all the rage. Characters like SpongeBob SquarePants and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are set to return in the latest Nickelodeon Kart Racer. This time, every character is voice acted to give them some much needed personality that was lacking in the first two games. The 36 tracks are inspired by Nickelodeon shows, with some featuring water sections where your kart or bike transforms into a watercraft, much like in Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing Transformed. Nickelodeon Kart Racers 3 could be a fun if unoriginal kart racer, just don't expect it to knock Mario Kart off the podium. We don't have an exact release date for Slime Speedway just yet, but we know you'll be racing through the famous green slime sometime in October. So those are the games with release dates that we know, but there are plenty of other racing games due out this year. First up we have Need for Speed 2022. EA still hasn't announced the sequel to Need for Speed Heat, currently in development by Criterion Games and Codemasters Cheshire, but we do know it's coming, and EA has confirmed the next Need for Speed will launch sometime between the 1st of October and the 31st of December this year. Latest rumours suggest the new Need for Speed game will be set in a fictional city called Lakeshore City, inspired by Chicago, and combine realistic graphics with anime elements. With Criterion Games back in the driving seat, we're really hoping Need for Speed 2022 will put the series back on track. Next up we have Stuntfest World Tour. Stuntfest World Tour looks like a cross between Wreckfest, Destruction All-Stars and Flatout, with its mix of racing, crashing and over-the-top stunts. As well as traditional demolition derbies, Stuntfest lets you eject your hapless driver out of the car, fly through the air, and find shortcuts to gain an advantage. The ragdoll physics reminds us of the stunt minigames in Flatout. Developed by Powwow Entertainment, Stuntfest is smashing onto Steam Early Access later this year. Finally, we have Disney Speedstorm. Nickelodeon Kart Racers 3 isn't the only new family-friendly kart racing game launching this year. Developed by Gameloft, the maker of the popular mobile racer Asphalt, Disney Speedstorm is a free-to-play kart racer starring an eclectic cast of Disney and Pixar characters including Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Mulan, Sully, Captain Jack Sparrow and more. Each character has their own unique ability, and tracks will be set in the worlds of Pirates of the Caribbean, Monsters Inc. and Jungle Book amongst others. Considering it has the Disney license, is free to play, and is launching on a wide variety of platforms, this could be a popular Mario Kart alternative when it arrives later this year. So these are the main games coming in the second half of 2022, but before I end the video, I just want to make a quick shout out to the other games we know about. Kart Rider Drift is yet another free-to-play kart racer that has Mario Kart in its sights. On the surface, it looks like a typical Mario Kart clone with colourful visuals, crazy power-ups and cutesy characters. Hopefully the deep character and vehicle customization system will help set this kart racer apart. Dakar Desert Rally was announced last December as a sequel to Dakar 18, with over 30 stages and a vast open world environment. Based on the demanding Dakar Rally, you'll be navigating through treacherous terrain from thick mud to steep desert dunes. Adding to the challenge is a dynamic weather system featuring sandstorms, rain and a full day and night cycle. Victory Heat Rally's stylish visuals and breakneck pace attempt to recapture the glory days of old sprite scale races like Outrun. The car design reminds us of the forgotten Choro Q series, also known as penny racers outside of Japan. Following a successful Kickstarter funding campaign, Victory Heat Rally is screeching onto PC and Nintendo Switch later this year. Have we missed out any racing games coming later this year? Which racing game are you looking forward to playing? And will we ever find out the title of the next Need for Speed game? Let us know in the comments below. For now though, thanks for watching. I've been Mark from RacingGames. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and now I'm off to work out just how I'm going to manage my time to play all these racing games. I mean, do I really need to leave the house for the next 6 months? Who needs friends anyway?